became my elderly friend's caretaker without even agreeing to it. I, 40s female, have become friends with an old woman, 90, in my neighborhood over the past couple of years. It started as me helping her with dog walking and morphed into a pretty great friendship. She's like a grandma to me in a way. I love her dogs and enjoy helping her with dog walking. I'm now going to inherit the dogs when she's no longer able to care for them. When she had a huge medical event last year, the dogs stayed with me for a month, and every time she has a hospital visit, they stay with me. So the dogs and I and my family are pretty close. I should add that I have 2 teenagers and a husband and run a small business, so I'm pretty busy. But I continue to make time to walk the dogs 3 times a week and sometimes more. I get along well with this lady, we'll call her Jane, and I enjoy having little visits with her. Unfortunately, I'm also very busy and don't have time to hang out very much. I don't even hang out with my other friends my own age very often, or my own mother because life is completely jam-packed. Jane's health has gone downhill since the big medical event last year, and she is starting to decline. She still drives herself around and generally manages life, but it's getting harder. She's exhausted most of the time and has trouble with day-to-day things like filling bird feeders, scooping the litter boxes, since she also has 3 cats, and picking up dog poop in the backyard. Sometimes she'll hire someone to come and help, but they never meet her expectations, and she stops getting help. The trouble is that she asks me to fill in and help her. It's small things, like asking if I can get her some bread if I'm going to the store, or pick up soup for her, or pick up the dog poop in the yard. I'm kind of over it. She calls me when she's anxious and having trouble breathing, and on more than one occasion I've gone over to sit with her for over an hour. A couple of weeks ago I went over, and she was on the floor after having fallen and broken her collarbone. I refused to take her to the hospital myself and insisted she'd call an ambulance because I didn't know if anything else was broken. The responsibility for her seems to be increasing, and I don't have the bandwidth to take care of her. She has 4 children. 3 live locally but barely talk to her. One of her children lives 5 hours away and is very close with Jane, but they obviously can't be here all the time. I don't know what to do. If I tell her to stop asking me to do things, I worry that our friendship will end. I do care about her and she feels like family to me, but the bottom line is she needs to hire someone to help her with this stuff. Last week, her other neighbor came over to make her breakfast because she couldn't move her arm due to the broken bone. She's asking too much of the neighbors and friends. A different neighbor was helping her almost every day, and they had a falling out, and now she doesn't speak to him anymore. I'd like to continue being her friend, and I enjoy walking the dogs, but if I tell her I can't help her, I'm not sure how she'll react. Yesterday, she asked if I could go get bread, which was fine, because I was going to the store anyway and planned on walking the dogs later. Then this morning, she asked if I'd pick up the dog poop while I'm there. I don't want to. What do I do? Common one says I'd find a way to talk to her children and see if they can step up and help or hire someone to come help her out. I'd also contact local adult services and see if they have cheap home help information to come help care for her while her arm is broken. How did they let her out of hospital without that set up? And yes, you do need to tell her, I have a job and family I have to take care of as well. I'm sorry, I can't do XYZ for you today. Comment 2 says she's 90. She fell and broke a bone. In this season of her life, she needs professional help. Her doctor's office can suggest where to call for services. The alternative is her moving to a rehabilitation center or moving into an assisted living. You are a good friend, but you need to take care of yourself. Update. I talked to her about it today. Did it go well? I'm not sure. I was so nice. I framed it this way. You are no longer thriving. You need help with things. I can't be that person who does that. It's not fair to ask friends and neighbors to do things all the time. Your needs will continue to be greater. You aren't going to improve much, and it's time to accept that you will need more and more help. And I really emphasize that I'm worried about her and worried that one day I'll come over and she'll be on the floor. She made every excuse there is. She doesn't think she needs someone every day. She doesn't know when she'll need help. She doesn't want to sit around and do nothing, and she needs to do things herself to keep her strength up. She's very careful now when she walks around. She's asking a different friend for rides and so on. I mentioned palliative care, and that sort of interested her. And here's the big one. I told her I don't want to be cleaning up poop. That is a job for someone that she hires. So now this evening she texts and says that maybe if I don't want to clean up the poop, I'm not up for taking the dogs when she can't care for them anymore. I explain that when I own a pet, I am responsible for all the things that go along with pet ownership. When it's at her house, it's a house and yard chore that isn't really my job. I don't know how she'll take it. She's being passive aggressive, in my opinion. Thank you all for so many helpful, insightful, and thoughtful comments. I had no idea I'd get so many replies, and it's been so interesting to read them. And that's the end of the story.